So it has been a super busy but incredibly fun Christmas decorating season this year. I've just had an absolute blast decorating the house, and I've put up more trees this year than I think I ever have before, so I'm very excited to show you everything that I've been working on. So in my Halloween home tour video, I decided to wear something special, and so for this one, I thought it'd be fun to wear something special as well. And so I came across this absolutely adorable Christmas sweater at TJ Maxx. I saw something very similar to it a few years ago at Target and was waiting for it to go on sale, and by the time it went on sale, they didn't have it in my size anymore, and so I didn't get it. But I was super excited to find it at TJ Maxx because I'm almost positive this is the same one. But anyway, with that, let's get started on the home tour. So here is how I decorated the entryway for Christmas. So right when you walk in, I have this little cabinet, and I decided it was the perfect spot to put my nativity set this year. I think I got this set 3 or 4 years ago at Hobby Lobby. I liked it because it was kind of rustic, and it had almost like a birch bark finish. So I just thought it was really neat. I decided to use this mirror as a backdrop for it. I've had this mirror for quite a while, and I found it at an antique shop, but I just hadn't found a place for it yet, and so I thought it was kind of a nice size and just a neat way to add a more decorative look to, or background to, the nativity. And then over here is the staircase, and that's how I decorated it for Christmas this year. I decided to put the garland at the bottom of the staircase because last year I had the garland kind of swagged from the railing, and then it came up around this post and kind of wrapped around it a little bit. And I did like the look, but I just didn't want something covering up the staircase quite as much this year because I really do like the way that the staircase looks all on its own. So I wanted the decor this year more to kind of accent it than cover it up as much. And then another nice thing too is having this railing open for people to use, so they're not worried about knocking your decorations down when they're coming down the stairs. In the video where I decorated the staircase, I called these gold ornaments, but they're actually just covers for a vintage set of Christmas lights. So the set of Christmas lights didn't work anymore, and the cord was in rough shape, but I didn't want to get rid of the little light covers, so I decided to keep them and find a different use for them, and so I decided to use them on the stairs this year. And over here I have a little Christmas pillow. And then I have my scarves. I talked about these a little bit last year. I bought these at an antique shop, and I don't think they're old, but I just thought that the colors were really, really pretty. And then I have some jingle bells actually hanging here. And these I've had for a very, very, very long time. So back when we were little and we'd visit our grandparents at the lake, we'd go sledding kind of down the hill outside of their house. And one Christmas, we were looking in Grandma's kind of sewing trunk, and we came across these jingle bells and this green cording. And so Grandpa and Grandma made these into little kind of jingle bell necklaces for us. And so I've had mine ever since, and I try to decorate with them every year. So across from the scarves, I have this little dresser, and it's kind of nice because you can have hats and gloves and different things like that stored in it. And then on top of the dresser, I have this cool lamp that I found, and of course my large snow globe. This was something that Tim got for me for Christmas a couple years ago, and I just thought it was so neat because when I originally saw it in a mall, it reminded me of a snow globe that my grandparents used to have where a train kind of went around inside of it. So the cars in this one actually move, which I can show you here. So next to that I have my vintage postcard box. So for this tree I decided to just kind of use some interesting ornaments that I've found and collected. Some of them are newer, some of them are antique, like this bird right here. He's old. This one up here is an antique as well. These ones Tim and I got on a little trip to New Ulm, which is a very cute little town. There's a shop that has some neat Christmas ornaments and little tiny cuckoo clocks and stuff, so it's always very fun to look around in. So then through here is where the main Christmas tree is. So this is the fireplace room. As you can see, this year I decided to do more of a color scheme on the tree. Last year I did kind of multicolor and pretty much every color of ornaments and even multicolored lights. So I chose to do kind of this light blue, hunter green, and gold with some beige. So even though I did a color themed tree this year, I did add some different ornaments. So I have kind of this little gold Santa Claus, and he's actually an antique. And then I have about 5 of these cool little ornaments, and these are something that I picked up. It was a set from an antique shop. When I'm decorating Christmas trees or choosing Christmas tree themes, I actually kind of dig through and see what I already have, and then come up with an idea for a theme based on what I already have, and then I just go out and kind of buy things to fill in the look. So sometimes I have all the ornaments or something that I need, but then I'll get some different ribbon or some different floral to fill in the look. And there's the angel. I thought this was such a pretty angel. I purchased this from Amazon a few years ago. But yes, this was a very, very fun tree to decorate. And I decided to move the rocking chair over here for Christmas just because I liked how it looked next to the Christmas tree. In the center of the room, I have this table and chairs, and then this really neat Christmas book. So this was something that I found at an antique shop last year. And I thought these poinsettias were really pretty, so I just kind of cut the stems apart and then poked them into some floral foam so that I could have a little poinsettia for this table. And I have my little wax seal stamp over here, which I've been using actually to wrap gifts this year a little bit. So here's an example of one of the gifts that I wrapped using the wax seal. And over here is another one. I just thought it was kind of a fun way to hold the ribbon and add kind of an old-fashioned decorative look. But as you can see, I've started wrapping some gifts. I don't have everything done for sure, but I have a good start. And over in this window, I have a few more Christmas postcards and this really pretty snow globe that I got a few years ago at Home Goods. And then over here, I have this cool little box of vintage Christmas wrap. I don't plan on ever using it because I just think it's so cool. The colors are really nice in these. Oh my gosh, and Christmas kitties. Like I said, I won't ever use it because I feel really bad using something up like this that you can't probably buy anymore. The colors are just so rich. But yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to show you those. Oh, and then on the same topic of old gift wrap, I found this at an antique shop. I don't know how old it is, but I thought it was just really pretty. This wreath I actually got on clearance at Joann Fabrics last year and decided to put it on this door because I thought the colors kind of went well with the colors of the tree. And then up here, I have this cool artwork piece. I found this at Walmart a couple years ago. I loved it because it has kind of the old-fashioned looking details on the house, and the fencing and just everything about it, and the coloring I thought was really, really pretty. So across from the table and chairs is the fireplace. So this is how I decorated the fireplace this year. As you can see, I kind of chose pretty much the same colors to match the tree. And I just kind of wanted a very soft, elegant look. And then I decorated the wreath above to match. Also, I thought I'd show you these little candles that I got. And then next to the fireplace, of course, I have my little spinning wheel. And across from the fireplace, I have the grandfather clock. And this year I did decorate it a little bit for Christmas, so I made just a little pine arrangement to rest on top. And then above my computer desk, I did make a little village scene with this cute barn that I got at Menards a few years ago. And of course, these little chickens. But yeah, that's what the fireplace room looks like. And then over here, we have the little tea cart. So that's how I've decorated that for Christmas. I actually put some small keys on this little tree. And then that Santa I actually got at Goodwill a few years ago. And then over here behind the couch, I have a small tree, undecorated because I thought it was just adorable the way that it was. And then some vintage Christmas postcards. So I thought these were just really pretty. Almost every home tour video I know I have vintage postcards to share, but I don't know, I love the colors. The artwork is just very, very pretty and kind of quite a different style to what we can buy, you know, with artwork on cards today. And I mean, cards today are wonderful too, but there's just something interesting and neat about the vintage Christmas postcards. So this is how I decorated the window in the living room. Just laughing because there's a squirrel running in the background. So I decided to put a garland around this window, and then I put lights on it, added a bow and some shatterproof ornaments. And then I am using this to put Christmas cards in. And all I did was use some paper clips to hold the postcards to the branches just so that they don't fall down. And then over here on the sled, I have my advent calendar that I haven't started yet, but once December hits, I will be adding the candy cane. And so this was something that I made a few years ago because I used to have something like this back in the day as a kid. And I just thought it was so fun because every day you get to put a decoration on the Christmas tree. So I just made this one out of felt, just like the one that I used to have. And for the ornaments though, I kind of went my own way with those. So I have a few candy canes and a Christmas pickle just because my grandma gave me a Christmas pickle ornament a few years ago. So I made that just kind of to remind me of that. And then poinsettia, a little wreath, a candle, a little drum, I made this because Jeff used to have a antique, Jeff is my brother, but Jeff used to have an antique drum Christmas ornament that he loved, so that kind of reminded me of that. And then over under here is a little seashell, and I made that one because Tim's grandma loved seashells. So, and then this one was an attempt. I will say it did not turn out absolutely perfect, but it's supposed to be an owl, and I made that, of course, because my grandma loves owls, and so do I. So yeah, that was kind of the inspiration behind the advent calendar, but also the ornaments. And then over here is the red and gold Christmas tree. So this was the very first tree that I decorated this year. It's kind of a close-up of the topper. This was, again, a very, very fun tree to decorate. Just very classic colors for Christmas with the red and gold. I do like some of the classic Christmas color schemes, and I still have quite a few that I want to try out. So I just, run out of trees every year to try everything that I want to do. But I was very happy to be able to do a red and gold tree this year. So next I'll show you the dining room. So here's how I decorated the dining room for Christmas this year. As you can see, I didn't go as fancy in theme as I did last year. I decided to kind of do a very classic Christmas look in here. And over here is a small tree. So last year I had kind of silver ornaments on this, and this year I thought it'd be fun to do just something simple, but still having the classic red and green coloring, and even some blue with these neat blueberries. I've been looking for blue colored berry stems for years, and I don't know, I hadn't been finding them, and then I found them at Joann Fabrics, and so I bought a bunch and have used them in a few projects, including the Christmas kitchen cabinet wreaths, which I'll show you in a minute. And over here I have more of those decorative scarves and a whole bunch of Christmas records that I've collected. So this one I actually really, really like. So Christmas through the years. The Reader's Digest one is pretty good too. But I think this one was one of my favorites, and maybe it's just because of the title, Christmas at the Fireside. And the picture. I thought the picture was really pretty. But yeah, so I put those on every once in a while. And then over here we have the little Christmas mice. I think last year was their first season here. Has like a little piece here. I'll get it later. But yes, I just thought she was really cute, and he was as well. And I found these at an antique shop last year. So in the window here, I decided to do a little Christmas village display. So this is how I decorated the table for Christmas this year. I really, really wanted to do kind of an old-fashioned table setting, and I've been dreaming of doing a table setting with oil lamps. So finally this year I did it, and I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. It just has such a cozy feel, I think. And then I added some of these little decorative oranges and rusted jingle bells. And you can find the video of how I decorated this table on my channel if you'd like to see it. And then over here is the dining room Christmas tree. So to kind of go with the feel of the rest of the space, I did choose to use some candle lights and pretty much a red and green color scheme on this tree. And I even have some little Christmas book ornaments. So we have the history of Santa Claus, and let's see, where are some of the other ones? Because there's just a few. This one down here, one of them is a Nutcracker book. I have little Santa Clauses, and these were Tim's Grams, And so there's a bunch of those little cute wood ornaments on the tree. There's another one. This one I always thought was just so cool because I don't think I've ever seen one of these wood ornaments that big. But yeah, I just like the Santa and the reindeer. And then I put my little train around the base of the tree. And then this box right here is actually just a cardboard box that I made into a tree box collar for the tree, just to have a decorative way to cover up the base of this artificial Christmas tree. And that is also another video on my channel. A lot of the things that I'm showing in this video are things that I have separate videos for on my channel if you'd like to see kind of how I made something or how I decorated something. And then I just have another little village piece in this window. And down here is this very cool Santa Claus. And this was actually another one of Tim's Graham's decorations. And I'm kind of surprised that it still works because a lot of the animated figures for holiday decorations kind of go or stop working, you know, over the years, but he still works, you know, very well. And also in the dining room, this is how I decorated the built-in china cabinet this year. So last year, I think I had just a bunch of different Christmas decorations in here, but this year I thought it'd be really fun to put a village setup in here. So I have little village people and even lampposts and lots of just absolutely adorable village pieces that I got from my mother-in-law. The one thing I always think that I wish I had more of, though, are the trees, because I feel like with villages, you just never have enough trees, or can never have enough trees. So I do pick up a few more every year. I think I spent probably 2.5 hours putting this together. I mean, the hardest part, as anyone who's put a village together knows, is hiding the cords or figuring out how to hide the cords. But, and actually in this, all the cords run down right behind here. So that was the only way I could figure out how to do it without just having a whole bunch of cords everywhere. So then going into the kitchen, I don't know why so we were shopping online, and I hate to say that advertisements ever work, but these Christmas cards were advertised to us, and I told Tim that I just thought they were too cute and kind of wanted to get them and even keep one and frame it for the kitchen. So that's what I did. I plan on making kind of a matting to go around it just so that it is a little cleaner looking, but for the basic idea and just for this video, I wanted to get it up because I thought it was so cute. And then next to it, I have my post box, and I kind of just used the rest of the floral I had left over from the table arrangement in here. And so here is how I decorated the kitchen for Christmas. So I put my Santa on the island in the kitchen this year. I think last year he was on the fireplace. And then next to him, I have this little bowl that I got at an antique shop, and then some neat little ornaments. I plan on changing this out for Christmas candy eventually. I just didn't have any quite yet, other than these, which I found at Dollar Tree. They're little peppermint spoons, which I thought was just so fun for if somebody wants to make like a peppermint mocha or something like that. And then I have a campfire and cedar candle. This one smells amazing. And then I chose to add some green depression glass in the kitchen too, because I was kind of going for mostly greens in my decorating theme in here. Although I did stray from the theme a little bit because I got these little candy canes And then over here, I found this really cute cardinal picture at, I think this was from Home Goods, but just really, really pretty. And you know, I love birds, so when I saw this, I was just thinking it was kind of a must. So I did decide to set him next to the coffee area for now. And then I found this really cool potbelly stove cookie jar, which I have some K-cups in. So I thought that was just kind of a cozy addition to my little coffee area over here. So I thought I'd show you my little butter mold collection here. I know it's not Christmas themed, but I thought they're so neat, and actually my great aunt collects them and other antiques, and when I visited her house, I thought they were so cool, so it kind of made me want to start a collection of my own. So I've been hunting for them ever since. I mean, this one looks like a little acorn. This one's a star. They're just so neat, and some of them are more detailed than others, but yeah, they're another fun thing to collect. And then next to it, I have another tiny floral arrangement. So these are the Christmas cabinet wreaths that I made this year for the kitchen. So I'll back up just a little bit so you can see. So they're not huge. They're just the right size, I think, for these cabinet doors. And so I just kind of added some of these bells, berries, and some kind of frosted pine floral, and then this ribbon that I got at Joann Fabrics. And that ribbon actually was fall clearance ribbon. So when I was shopping kind of to put this look together, I was trying not to spend a whole lot of money to make the look. And so when I found, you know, clearance ribbon, that was just even better, but I just really, really liked kind of the plaid. But as you can see, I even added some of the ribbon to my ivy plant here because I wanted it to kind of coordinate and match with the wreaths. And then in this other kitchen window, I have this small frosted tree, and I decided to decorate it with some more vintage Christmas postcards and these dried allium flowers from springtime that I saved. And then I did have this wreath already, but I added some jingle bells and other embellishments, again, to make it match the other little cabinet wreaths. Here's my little cuckoo clock. And then over here, I have my Farm Fresh Christmas trees towel. This was something I got last year at Hobby Lobby. And then this tiny wreath that my brother made a few Christmases ago, because he made a bunch of these to tie onto gifts, just to decorate his Christmas gifts, and I kept mine, so I actually decorate with it every year. So I found a place for that. I put this little guy up here. This was also something that I got from my brother. Oh, and before we head upstairs, I was gonna show you this little towel that I embroidered. And I made it to kind of look like Peep. So Peep was my inspiration when I embroidered this. So in the little staircase, I have a few small Christmas mice, and those were something from Tim's gram as well. This one's singing carols. Then in the little stairwell, I made this small floral arrangement in this cool wire metal basket. And so I thought that was kind of a fun place to have that, and just adds a little bit of a Christmassy touch in this small staircase. And then this broom has a Santa carved in it, which normally I have facing the other direction, but for this time of year I do turn around so that you can see it. So going upstairs, so in this window I have these little Santa Claus decorations, And again, I think these were something that I found at the Goodwill. And then around the corner, here is the little guest room. I feel like every single home tour I have this room changed around. So here's where I have the bed placed right now. It's a fairly small room, but it still is really fun to decorate. And then over here, so this is the Balsam Hill Christmas tree with the Balsam Hill ornaments and embellishments that I got to decorate this year. Again, I just love the tree and the ornaments. But yeah, this was a fun tree to decorate, and the little candle lights. So in this tree decorating video, a lot of people asked about this bedding set. And so I found this bedding set at Home Goods last winter and just thought it was really cool because it's kind of woodsy, but it's not, it's still neutral. And so I really, really liked it. This pillow didn't come with the set, so this was something that I just picked out to kind of go with it. But yeah, I obviously really like this bed set too. So and then over in this corner, I have this neat clock that I actually got from my brother as an early Christmas present. So this came in the mail and he was too excited and wanted me to open it right away. So he said I could have it early, but I just thought it was so cool that it has kind of a flame effect in this old clock. And then on this little shelf, I just have a small Christmas tree with these cute little ornaments. And then this is how I decorated the clawfoot tub bathroom for Christmas. So again, here's one of those little tiny trees. And then I used a command hook to hold this wreath, so hopefully it stays up. But this one's pretty light, so I think it should be okay. And then I actually bought a Christmas soap bar, or a few Christmas soap bars from that same company on Etsy that I bought soap bars from for Halloween. And again, just they're so cool, and the details of them are just really, really pretty. And going down the hallway, I put a little pine garland around the door going up to the 3rd floor. So then going up to the 3rd floor, I have this neat picture right here. So this is the Christmas tree on the 3rd floor. I decided to kind of do a wintry owl theme for this tree, which was really fun because I was hoping to be able to use these adorable little owls yet again for some sort of Christmas decoration this year. I thought these glass icicles were really pretty. I found those at, I think at Hobby Lobby. And the owl tree topper up there. Yeah, so that's the tree up here. And then just have the table and chairs over there. I didn't add too much Christmas decor up here. So we have our projector screen up here as well. Tim gave me a projector for Christmas last year. So we have it over here sitting on the chair. But we've been playing our Nintendo Switch up here, which is really fun to have it on kind of the larger screen. So over in my little sewing nook area, I just have this small Christmas tree, and I used a vintage sewing tape to decorate it. So I didn't add much else to it, but I just thought that would be kind of fun for in here. And also in my little nook is this adorable owl clock. So I just thought that this was too neat and had to get it. This was at a little shop in New Ulm. So that is the 3rd floor. And then I've had this light up piece of artwork for probably 5 years now, and just thought it was really, really cool because it's actually timer. So you set it and then I think it's on for 6 hours of each day. but the tree is fiber optic, so the colors change, which I thought was also really neat for one of these light up pictures. And through here is the other guest room. So I didn't do quite as much decorating in here as I had wanted to, but I kind of used up all my decor around the rest of the house. But here's the little tree that I did in this room. I decided to kind of do like a overflowing pine look on it. And I got to use this cool Santa ornament that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And also my brother bought me one of these owl ornaments, and then I went back and bought 2 more just so that I'd have enough to do this small tree. And my old typewriter, and actually back through here, if I can reach it, I wanted to show you this wax seal stamp that I got. So this is the other wax seal stamp that I have, and look at, I don't know if I can get it to focus on it, but it's an owl. So I thought that was so cool, and I found that on, I think I bought this on eBay. And then over here I have a few more vintage Christmas postcards. So, little bird. And of course, the Robin's Christmas Eve. So I decorate with Christmas books all over the house that I find, and you can see 1904, this one's an older one, but just very, very, very cute. In the hallway, I have another little tree on this old dry sink. This is where Peep's treats and seeds are stored. And I set out a few more Christmas postcards. And then have this neat lamp over here that I got from my great aunt. And over here is my pencil sharpener collection. Actually put this tiny little garland on it with some string lights for Christmas. I think one of them may be new this year. I think this one, I think that's the new one. Otherwise, I think all the other ones I've had. It's getting pretty full. There's still a couple cubbies open, but yeah. It's getting more and more rare for me to find ones that I don't already have. So then through here is the main bedroom. So this is kind of how I decorated that for Christmas. Tim came across this, I think at Lowe's. Here, I'll turn it so you can see. And just, I thought it was cute too, but he wanted to get it, so have these little guys sitting here. And then over on the dresser, have a little log cabin village house. I think this was one of the first village pieces that I bought. And then my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of pieces. So now I have quite a few village houses and accessories. And then I have these hooks decorated with a little wreath and some old ice skates. And this bed set was actually a Home Goods bed set too. I think I bought it about the same time that I bought the one in the little guest room. And this quilt. So we got this quilt from our mother-in-law for Christmas last year, and it is really, really pretty. I think one of her friends made it, but just, you know, how much work and talent went into putting this together. So we do really, really, really enjoy it, and it's very fun this year to be able to have this to decorate with. And even the backing of the quilt is very super, super cute. It's little houses and churches, but yeah, I just love the colors of this quilt. And then of course, the design with the presents is just very, very neat. And then over here is a little Christmas tree. So this flocked tree Tim actually found at Target and wanted to get it because he thought it was neat and liked the flocked look of it. So I just added a little bit of wire lights to it, and we decorated it with ornaments that we've kind of collected over the years, and some are family ornaments. This right here is actually kind of a locket slash pin of Tim's grams that folds out to pictures of the family. So that's kind of a fun thing to use. It's technically not a Christmas ornament, but it's, you know, sentimental and pretty, so I thought it would be a fun thing to use on the tree. Our aunt back in the day gave us these little kits that she put together, craft kits, and they were little snowman making craft kits. So I don't know who made which ones, but this is one of them that either my brother and I made when we were little, and this is the other one. So I think they are missing, of course, their noses, but their arms too. So time has taken a few pieces, but for the most part, I still think they're so cute. And these little mice were Tim's grams as well. And then Tim's Christmas ornament from back in the day, just adorable little tiny bear. And then I put a Santa Claus on top of the tree because our grandparents actually used to have a Santa tree topper, and I just have it setting on this antique stool. Oh, and I almost forgot to show in this little hallway, so I did put window clings in the windows above the doors. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun Christmassy touch. And I liked kind of the vintage style imagery of these. And Peep is saying hello. Yes, he is. So there's Peep again. Just love him. He is such a joy in the wintertime. Such a fun addition to the house, because it's, you know, in the wintertime there aren't quite as many birds chirping, and so to have him kind of all cheerful and happy and singing is just such a joy in the winter months especially, but you know, every day it's such a joy. Yes. And so this is Peep's Christmas tree this year. And it was so fun to be able to use these vintage paper Santa cutouts on this tree, because I've had these for a few years, and I think the last time I used them was when I did the kind of Victorian themed Christmas tree at our old place. But just the colors and the images are very pretty. Let's see, I think there's another one down here. And this one with the Christmas tree. And then I used some kind of rustic woodsy ornaments on this tree, some glittery bird nests, and then these really pretty dark red ornaments that I got on clearance, I think 80 or 90% off at Joann Fabrics last year. Because I think originally they were $10 a piece, and I got them for, it was between $1 and maybe $2 a piece. And then these small ornaments I actually picked out with my mom when I visited her in Germany. But yeah, if you'd like to see how this tree was decorated, again, that's another video that you can find on my channel. And I decided to change out the base of the artificial tree for this antique cast iron base because I wanted something a little bit more decorative, and also I just wanted to be able to use this because I found this at an antique shop last year or the year before for $30, I think. And so I did want to decorate with it because it is really pretty. So then over here is the fireplace in Peep's room. So this is that rustic garland that I put together. I used kind of these artificial magnolia leaves and a variety of berry branches and this dried floral. So I just wanted something very cozy. And then it was really fun to use these pine cone beaded garlands again. And I did change out the decor above the fireplace for this nativity set. And my grandpa actually made this, which is just really neat and rustic, and just the wood shake shingles. And this is the nativity that my grandparents put up and decorated with every year. And so I remember it very well from when we were little and just always thought it was so neat. So I'm incredibly thankful to be able to have this set. But just the little fences and the animals. And the small ladder. But yeah, so that's what that looks like over there. And even though I've shown it in other videos, I thought I would also show this picture again in here. This was something that my brother gave me. He didn't have a place for it, and I actually swapped the frame out for this one that I found at an antique shop for a couple bucks, because the original frame wasn't as decorative. So I do really, really like this picture though. Just this neat, very warm looking church, and then the winter scene. You have people kind of walking up the walkway to the church. It's just such a cozy, beautiful winter scene. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show you that I have in this staircase window is this cool kind of snow globe that I got at Walmart for $10 this year. So now I'm just gonna sit and relax and wait until it's dark outside, and I'll show you what everything looks like with the lights off.